There are all kinds of ways to make a splash, and we're all about green stories and the good life today on The Express. On today's show,
we really love paddling, but it's also about the people that we hang out with while we're on the river.
The Beaver Canoe Club. The music of Erin Shaw. The work of the Surrey Food Bank.
The purpose of this award is to recognize business that embrace cultural diversity.
Okay, what we have here is 96 lithium iron phosphate cells.
UBC's brand new e-Beetle.
The e-Beetle is all about proving electric vehicle range and viability.
See that and more local expression. Welcome to The Express. I'm Johanna Ward at Deer Lake in Burnaby. We have all kinds of ways to get you moving on today's show. Paddling with the Beaver Canoe Club, test driving the new e-Beetle, and inspiration on the dance floor with Vancouver's Erin Shaw.
All right, ready? All right, ready? Let's go. Okay. All right, guys. Camera's rolling.
Vancouver is the backdrop to musician Erin Shaw's new music video, I Found Love.
This video is basically about an outcast.
No, you're not going in.
Someone who's different and who eventually, who tries to fit in to the norm but doesn't. And at the end of the day, something happens and he gets acceptance.
13-hour shoot. It's exciting. It's exciting to see something that's in your head come to fruition.
This video is just one of the many things on Eric's plate right now.
I've put in so many countless hours, very hands-on to get this thing happening because it was in my mind. And I'm really excited. I think it's going to be very fresh and very, very, very dope.
Fresh off his recent hit, ALL, Eric is a long way away from his upbringing in the Congo.
I was raised in the Congo. I had a kind of a Tom Sawyer jungle life upbringing, I would say. It was just a wonderful life, but one day there was a civil war that suddenly broke out, and I was evacuated on the last plane on the last seat that was leaving Kinshasa to Montreal. That's when I found music. Music was my solace. It was the only sense of home when my family wasn't around.
You guys are doing a wonderful job.
Love brought him to Vancouver in the first place. That love is no longer, but today he's driven by a dream.
I love what I do so much. It's all I want to do. What I love about it is the power that you feel from doing something that's a dream in your head and watching it come through, watching it come to existence. It's just so amazing.
You're our star, aren't you?
The real star is Bo. He's the hero. Disco man.
Eric is opening for the Stereos on tour right now and says new artists need to use social media to get their music out.
And action.
Honestly, don't wait for anyone to do it for you. The tools that you have nowadays to make it happen are incredible.
I've been really swamped in the studio, working on 2 different projects.
The internet is just so accessible. It's at your feet, so you just have to actually get out there, create a good product, and get fans.
I'll be up on my MySpace pretty soon, so please check them out.
In Vancouver, I'm Melanie Pineda for The Express.
Eric's heading out on tour across the country, and if you'd like to find out his next show date, you can just follow him on Twitter. Now, as for us today on The Express, we're heading out on the water here at Deer Lake in Burnaby with the Beaver Canoe Club.
I started canoeing when I was 50 years old, and that coincided when I met Brian, and it also coincided with our coming to BC. And there's no better place to canoe than in BC.
You have somebody else to blame for everything that goes wrong, and you have somebody else to share all the good stuff with. There's 150 members in our group, so you can be as social as you like with a large group of friends, and you've got a common interest, so it's a very good place to meet people.
You don't need to have any paddling skills to join the club. Most of our members come to us at the beginning of the season, usually in March or April. We offer a basic paddler's course. that point, it starts with the real basics: how to tie a canoe onto a car, how do you get into a canoe.
We're going to go for a canoe ride, okay?
Okay.
But you have to be in the boat in order to do that.
Yeah, I'd like to be in the boat, not the water.
Okay, okay. Put your weight right near the middle. Beautiful.
It starts with some of that basic mechanical stuff, and then it moves on to what to do with your canoe on the water.
Okay, and when you're ready, we're ready.
We're ready.
Okay, let's go. And if you do a pry and I do a draw,
oh,
we have some magic happening.
Look at that. Now, usually in life I don't want to go in circles, but in this case it's kind of working for me.
From there, people can move into doing more flat water stuff. Some people move into doing whitewater paddling.
The club, its lessons, its training generally in whitewater and flat water are really quite helpful.
Beaver Canoe Club made it really easy, and because we were out every weekend, season after season, it was a few years and I wanted to learn how to be an instructor, and it's just been wonderful ever since.
I love being out there and not thinking about anything else. So I'm only thinking about what's my next move. I'm not thinking about whether I need to clean my apartment or what I should be doing at work tomorrow. I'm totally focused on what do I do 5 seconds from now.
It's aimed at people, not at an image. We're not white-knuckle paddlers, and neither are we, what would the word be, lily paddlers?
Paddle easy or paddle hard. You can go to beavercanoeclub.org to find out about upcoming trips and upcoming courses. Of course, one really important skill to learn, how to get back into your canoe when you've fallen out of it. And we're going to see that later on today's show. Now, coming up later this month are the Cultural Diversity Awards. One super-worthy nominee is the Surrey Food Bank. And here are a few reasons why.
The Surrey Food Bank serves people of all ages from all over the world, and all with their own stories. And the volunteers are just as diverse, so it should be no surprise that the Surrey Food Bank has been nominated for a Cultural Diversity Award.
The purpose of this award is to recognize business that embrace cultural diversity practice in their workplace, be it from hiring, be it from all the way to their marketing activities and initiatives. Surrey Food Bank is a great example of what we are looking for. They like to hire a lot of volunteers and staff. English is where English is not their first language.
We've identified 67 different languages that are spoken by clients of the Surrey Food Bank. We've translated about 15 right now that we're working on, and we have 5 that we are able to right now give to our clients.
There's also the issue of the food itself.
Whenever they ask people to donate food, they also ask people to donate different ethnic foods because, to meet others' religious diet, and also other the ethnic styles.
Still, newcomers need to adapt to many different ingredients, and programs like the community kitchens help people like Juliet from Nigeria learn to cook Canadian.
I learned so many things about cooking, like the canned food. Normally, I don't know how to do with the canned food, but when I went to the community kitchen bank, I can do something better with it. Making noodle sauce, tomato sauce, making soup with it, different kind of things, like salmon fish in a can. So many things. I learned so many things.
Processed food in a can, is not something that they're familiar with. And we do give staples that you would find in your pantry at home. However, these are not staples that they're familiar with.
Now Juliet knows what to do with all the food in her food hamper. Is your mom a good cook?
Yeah.
What's your favorite stuff that she makes?
Pasta.
Yeah. She's been here in the country for about 3 months. And, you know, when you come to a new country, you live in isolation. She's a really wonderful example of our clients who are new to the country and really dealing with the whole culture.
We live in a very multicultural society, so it is very important for others, other organizations and then the public to know, hey, there's this company is doing an awesome job in helping immigrants and helping newcomers to this country.
I'm Erin Shaw in Surrey for The Express.
The 16th Annual Cultural Diversity Awards are happening on April 13th in Richmond. Good luck to the Surrey Food Bank and all of the other nominees. You're watching The Express, and we have more local stories coming up. After the break, UBC's brand new e-Beetle.
The e-Beetle is all about proving electric vehicle range and viability.
We should take the compost out to the big bin.
Poco's Green Cart program.
It's a program where people can put their yard trimmings and their kitchen scraps into their green bin, and we transport it to a composting facility.
You're watching local TV on The Express.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.